This is Ninja Gaiden Shadow for the Game Boy. This is a prequel to the Ninja Gaiden games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And as far as original Game Boy games go, this is fucking amazing. This is a very early game for the Nintendo Game Boy. And the graphics and music in this game are stellar. And the gameplay is actually spot on. The controls are amazing. And this should be in every Game Boy owner's collection. Just flat out. This game belongs in your collection if you have a Game Boy. Now, having actually played this on the original Game Boy recently, the only complaint I had about this game originally was that it plays a little slow. I bought this about a year ago, and have been playing it for a while. And I was playing it on a Game Boy Advance SP, which has a backlit screen and is a very good screen. And I recently played it on my original Game Boy, and my opinion changed. If this game played any faster, it would be fucking impossible to see on the original hardware. So it was an intentional design that this game handles a little bit slower than, you know, the Nintendo games. So that's actually a good thing if you're playing it on an original Game Boy. Because he was moving at just the right speed to where I could still see what was going on, but if it was any faster, it just would have been a blurry mess and would have been a nightmare to play on the original Game Boy. And you will recognize a lot of this music out of the first Ninja Gaiden, and it sounds just as good here as it did on the Nintendo. If not better. A lot of the times I do put headphones on to listen to my Game Boy's music, because, you know, I enjoy this sound a lot. This is definitely an amazing game. I think visually it is a very, very strong game. It looks outstanding. The music is phenomenal. Almost every single stage is catchy as hell. Or every stage's music is catchy as hell. One of my favorite gameplay additions to this game is the little grappling hook that you can use to, you know, go up and shimmy up on. I love it. I wish this was in the console games. There's certain areas where the ceiling you can crawl on, like right there. Now you get those little magical symbols and it fills up that bar in the middle, and that's how many times you can use your Magic Ninja Fire spell, which I like the way it works in Ninja Gaiden on the Nintendo, where you can get the different shuriken and the fire spell and different other power-ups. But in this one you get, you know, 5 little hit points or whatever for your fire spell, and it works. It comes in handy in a lot of places. But definitely, by far, my favorite addition to the game is the little grappling hook that you can use to access higher areas, like right there. The gameplay in this game is really good. I had a lot of fun playing through this game. If you're a fan of Ninja Gaiden on the Nintendo, you also need to play this game. It's just all there is. This is a must-play Game Boy game. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about it. The controls are perfect. I mean, you will never feel that you died a cheap death. And the game does a very good job of scaling up the difficulty as you progress. This is a very solid title. The level design is really good. There's a very good amount of variety with the enemies. If you've ever played the original Nintendo Ninja Gaiden, you'll be able to pick this up and start kicking ass right away. The boss fights are a lot of fun. If you're a Yu Yu Hakusho fan, this boss right here reminds me very much of the Toguro brothers. I mean, this came out around the time that would have been on TV in Japan. So I wonder if this had any influence. All of the bosses are very unique. It's not, you know, just the same old bosses every time. That's actually one of my favorite boss fights. I think it's just because he does remind me of the they remind me of the Toguro brothers. Yu Yu Hakusho's a good-ass show. Or comic book, whichever way you prefer to take it. I read the entire comic strip. I don't think I've seen the entire show. This is one of my favorite songs from the original Ninja Gaiden, and I am really glad to see it back. I'm getting my ass kicked. I guess that's just, you know, 1980 whenever. I think it's 1985 this game's supposed to take place. I think that's just 1985 New York. Just random flamethrowers all over the place. Just like in that Friday the 13th movie, where Jason takes Manhattan and they just have random buckets of nuclear waste in every alleyway. Apparently, Manhattan in the 1980s was the most treacherous place in the universe. No! And thank God for checkpoints. Seriously, man, this song is so freaking catchy. And look at that tiny helicopter. That thing was tiny. Yeah, this game definitely gets a very, very enthusiastic Mondo Cool. If you like Game Boy games, you owe it to yourself to own this. If you're a fan of Ninja Gaiden, you need this game. Pretty much every Ninja Gaiden game is outstanding. And this one, you know, falls in line with that. Every Ninja Gaiden game I've ever played's been pretty freaking amazing. But of course, I'm more of a fan of the Nintendo trilogy. I do have Ninja Gaiden Sigma, but I never actually beat it. I need to go back to that someday. Yeah, you can't get that little item thing. If you try to pause it all, you're gonna get crushed. And for whatever reason, just the way that guy looks reminds me of M. Bison. Just the way he's dressed, I guess. I imagine that being a red coat that he's wearing. Yeah, every boss has, you know, their own little patterns and method of combat that you have to counter. It's a really fun game. So definitely rush out and buy this. It won't cost you much. I think I paid like $5 on eBay for it, give or take. As always, I have more videos, reviews, and stuff on the way. Be sure to check out mondocool.net, where I have a bi-weekly podcast. You know, it's always good to promote your other projects. So yeah, thanks for watching. Go buy this game, you'll have fun.